Are you ready or not to find out about top 10 most dangerous men that FBI wanted? Well, you're at the right place. So, without any further delay, let's get started. Number 10. Robert Fisher. Robert William Fisher is an American fugitive wanted for allegedly killing his family and exploding the house in which they lived in Scottsdale, Arizona on April 10, 2021. Fisher served in the United States Navy and later worked as a firefighter and in the medical field. He married Mary Fisher in 1987 and they had two children, Bobby and Brittany. On April 10, 2001, the family's home exploded. Inside, Fisher's wife and two children were found dead. Their throats had been slit and Mary had been shot in the back of her head. Robert Fisher, along with Mary's car, was absent. On June 29, 2002, he was named by the FBI as the 475th fugitive. Number 9. Alexis Flores. Alexis Flores is a Honduran fugitive, murderer wanted for the kidnapping and murder. Flores has a large surgical scar on his neck and as a result of an injury sustained in a Hurricane Mitch in Honduras in 1998. In the summer of 2000, a homeless drifter known as Carlos had been given shelter, clothing, and work as a handyman by Hunting Park. On the August of 5 days after being reported missing, the body of 5-year-old Iriana was found in the basement of an empty apartment building where Carlos is believed to have stayed. When police questioned Contreras, he recognized it as one of the articles of clothing he had lent to Carlos, who had not been seen in the area since the girl was reported missing. Flores was arrested for shoplifting in Arizona in 2002. 2 years later, police came to Flores' residence in response to a noise complaint. After giving fraudulent identity documents to police, Flores was arrested for possession of a forgery device, a felony in Arizona. Number 8. Jason Derek Brown. Jason Derek Brown is an American fugitive wanted for first-degree murder and armed robbery in Phoenix, Arizona. On November 29, 2004, Brown allegedly shot and killed an armored car guard outside a movie theater and then fled with the money. Brown was born in Los Angeles, California on July 1, 1969. He attended Laguna Beach High School. Brown speaks fluent French and has a master's degree in international business. Soon after being identified as a suspect, Brown fled from Arizona to Henderson, Nevada. He continued on to Las Vegas. He then drove to Orange County, California, where he stayed with some relatives until December 6, 2004, when FBI agents carrying out an arrest warrant missed him by 1 hour. Number 7. Ted Bundy. This two-time member committed his first known assault and murder in 1974, until one of his victims escaped. Before he could be arrested in 1975, he committed 5 more murders. During his 1977 trial, he escaped from the courthouse and was most wanted for 6 days before recapture. He was back on the list later that year when he escaped again. He committed 3 more assaults and 2 murders before being stopped for driving a stolen car. Number 6. Santiago Medros. Santiago Medros is an American former fugitive. He was wanted for 2 murders in Tacoma, Washington in 2010. Medros was born on June 5, 1991 and is an alleged murderer and a gang member from the state of Washington. Medros is described as Hispanic, 5 feet 10 and 140 pounds. He speaks fluent English and Spanish. On February 7, 2010, Medros and 6 other gang members from the ELS were driving out a stolen van through Tacoma, Washington, in search for rival gang members. He was captured in Tinanting, Mexico on June 5. Number 5. Alejandro Castillo. Alejandro Rosales Castillo is an American fugitive. He is wanted for the August 2016 murder of Cruz Quan Ley. in Charlotte, North Carolina. Castillo was born on November 26, 1998 in Arizona. He speaks fluent English and Spanish as well. A 17-year-old Castillo worked at a Showmars restaurant in Charlotte, North Carolina, and was co-workers with 23-year-old Cruz Quan Lee. The two reportedly briefly dated, and at some point, Lee had lent Castillo some money which he never paid back to her. Investigators believe that Castillo then drove Lee to a wooded area in Cabarrus County where he shot her once in the head, killing her, and then dumped her in a ravine. Number 4. Rafael Caro Quintero. Rafael is a Mexican drug lord. He is the brother of fellow drug trafficker Miguel Caro Quintero. Having formed the cartel in 1970s, he shipped large quantities of marijuana to the United States from Mexico. After the murders, Caro Quintero fled to Costa Rica but was later arrested and extradited back to Mexico, where he was sentenced to 40 years in prison for murder. Caro Quintero was freed from jail on August 9, 2013, after a state court concluded that he had been tried improperly. A Mexican federal court issued an arrest warrant against Caro on August 14. Caro Quintero was wanted for his involvement in drug trafficking as well as the 1985 murders. He is the only fugitive on the list that the Bureau is offering a reward in the millions for up to $20 million. Number 3. Arnoldo Jimenez. Arnoldo Jimenez is an American fugitive. He is wanted for the May 2012 murder of his wife Estela Carrera on the day after their wedding. She was found dead in her apartment. Arnoldo Jimenez and Estela Carrera were married on May 11, 2012 at Chicago City Hall. Carrera had 2 children, one 9-year-old daughter from a previous relationship and a 2-year-old son. The couple had dinner with family and friends that night. It is believed by the FBI that on the way home, the couple got into a heated argument. Jimenez then fatally stabbed Carrera multiple times in his car and dragged her into her apartment. Number 2. Eugene Palmer. Eugene K. Palmer is an American fugitive wanted for allegedly killing his daughter-in-law, Tammy Palmer. Eugene Palmer's son, John Palmer, was married to Tammy Palmer, and the couple lived together with their 2 children at property owned by Eugene in Stony Point, New York. Tammy wanted to file for divorce and sue for the land belonging to Eugene. Authorities say that this started a feud between Eugene and Tammy that would culminate in a heated confrontation several days before the murder of Tammy. On the morning of Monday, September 24, Tammy walked her 2 children to the school bus. It is believed that Eugene Palmer hid in the woods, laying in wait for her to return home. When Tammy walked back toward her home, Palmer allegedly began firing his shotgun at her from a distance. The first shot struck her in the arm, the second missed, but the third shot, delivered at close range, hit her and proved fatal. Number 1. Osama Bin Laden. Osama Bin Laden was on the list well before masterminding the 9/11 tragedy. He became most wanted in 1993 for bombing in Mogadishu that killed 18 Americans and the first attack on the World Trade Center, which killed 6 people. He was also responsible for other attacks at US military bases, resulting in the deaths of about 250 Americans. With his attacks of 2001, he is easily the most murderous fugitive to ever make the list. That's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you haven't already, then don't forget to subscribe and press that like button. Also, hit the bell icon so you could never miss new updates from us. Stay safe and we'll meet you in the next one.